friends, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Erica, and in today's video I am doing another collab with Nikki Lynn, and of course I'll link her channel in my description box. It's been way too long since Nikki and I have done a collab together. We've been talking off and on over the past couple of months about getting one of these planned, and we finally were able to get everything all lined up so we could finally do this together. Nikki is absolutely jaw-droppingly beautiful, super talented. She does stuff with eyeshadows I've never seen anyone else do, and it always turns out absolutely beautifully, whatever, amazing. And Nikki has become very special to me, and she's also very special to Jan and Shawnee. So the three of us have kind of taken Nikki under our wing. We're very protective of her. If anybody hurts our girl, we're not real happy about that. I've actually had to go into the comment section of her video and let someone know that back off, because she's got a team, a mama squad protecting her. But Nikki is just wonderful. And of course, I think, did I say this? I'm going to link her channel in my description box, so go check her out if you haven't yet already. Subscribe and show her a ton of love. So what are we going to be doing for our collab today? Well, we're going to be creating fall eye looks with a Nomad palette in our collection, whatever palette you want to choose. And then we're going to be answering 15 this or that questions about the fall. Now, initially, I was going to pull out the America's Parks palette from Nomad, but then I remembered I have the Berlin Underground from Nomad Cosmetics. And for whatever reason, when I did my fall palettes, when I picked 20 palettes, I didn't pick this to show you guys in that video. Stupid, because this is totally a fall color story. I mean, hello, maybe a little bit winter in here too, but I think these shades right here, you know, definitely are autumn, especially like as the leaves change, the reds, golds, rusts, that sort of thing. So what I think I'm going to do for the look is I'm going to use this shade right here, I think. Let me get my glasses on because I cannot read these shades, and not all of them are in English. So this is, oh boy, Orenenstraba, I think is how you pronounce that. That's really like one of the only mattes in this palette. And then I think I'm going to use, oh gosh, either Love Parade or I don't know how to pronounce this. It's Tacheles. And then I'm thinking Poor But Sexy. And then Helden, I'm thinking too. Like, you know, the in here, maybe, I don't know. I'll figure it out as I put the look together. But I really want to create like an autumn leaf, the colors of an autumn leaf on my eyelids today. Now, I do have my brows done with the Control Freak Clear Brow Gel from NYX, and I do have this eyelid primed in the Juvia's Place Prep Prime Eyeshadow Primer. So I'm just going to get into the look, and I'm going to start answering the this or that fall questions. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't grab this palette for my fall palette video. I don't understand it at all. So going into the Orenenstraba shade, I'm going to use a Refer 16 brush for that. I don't know, I was like, oh, I'll use the America's Parks palette because Nikki told me what palette she was going to use from Nomad. I'm like, oh yeah, okay, cool. And I'm not going to tell you, you'll have to wait and go watch her video. But then I was like, wait. The Berlin Underground. Okay, here we go. 15 this or that autumn fall questions. And normally I would just make these up on my own, but I was a little lazy and just found these online. So these are not my questions. I don't know whose they are. Number 1, spooky autumn or cozy autumn? I like both. And my husband and I live in an area where people commonly decorate their houses for Halloween. Like they go all in. All in. One of the houses actually is my son's old football coach, just down the street from us. And he and his wife and his kids just go bonkers putting Halloween decorations out on their house. They have like, I don't know, probably 20 to 30 skeletons that they have like in all different positions, like hanging off their house. Looks like they're climbing into the window. They're out in the yard. It's really cool. And then they have this huge, gigantic skeleton. I mean, huge, like 20 feet tall, maybe taller than that, with these 2 skeleton dogs, and the big skeleton's eyes glow. And then they have like a witch's cauldron, and I mean, tombstones, all kinds of stuff. Their house is awesome. It's really cool. So I love seeing that kind of stuff. We have other neighbors that do the same thing, but I love cozy autumn too. I mean, I love cozy autumn. I don't know that I can pick one. So I'm just going to stick with both. Yeah. Number 2, autumn day or autumn night? Autumn day. Love autumn days. I love it when it starts to, like, it's still sunny outside. See if I can get through this video without tripping up my words the entire time. Lately, that's all I can do. Well, I love it when it's still sunny outside, but there's like a crisp breeze. It's getting kind of chilly. So you need like a hoodie or, you know, sweater or something on, but the sun's still out. That's what I love. And you can smell the fall in the air. You know, I don't know how to describe that smell, but I think we all know what I'm talking about. You can just smell fall in the air. It's wonderful. Number 3, raking leaves or climbing trees. Well, do you know when the last time I climbed a tree was? Me neither. So, I mean, I don't love to rake leaves, but I am not going to climb a tree because good luck. Good luck. If there's an ambulance on standby, possibly, but so I'm just going to go with raking leaves. I love that. I think that looks great. It blended out beautifully. Love this eyeshadow palette. So now what I'm trying to decide is if I want to like really go into this shade. I think I'm going to. I think I'm not going to use this one. I'm going to use this shade right here and then these 2 shades across my lid. The next question is haunted house or Halloween party? Ooh. I guess I would say haunted house, although I don't always love, like, okay, here's the weird part about me. I love scary movies. I love scary movies, but I really do not like to be scared by a real life type situation, like a haunted house, you know? Like, I think I know I've mentioned this before. When I was in the 8th grade, I went to this thing called Scream in the Dark, and it was like this haunted house type situation, and I got kicked out because I punched somebody right in the face because he was scaring me. You know, he reached out and grabbed me, and I whack, punched him right in the face. I got kicked out. But I do like haunted houses to a point. I don't mind the ones where nobody touches you. That's great. But the minute someone starts touching me, I'm like, But I like Halloween parties too. I'm going to go back around with Oren and Straba. So I'm really fun with this question, aren't I? Yeah. I'm just going to go with Halloween party, even though I do like haunted houses. But I don't really either. I don't know. Number 5, carve pumpkins or paint pumpkins. Well, I like to do both. I always carved pumpkins when I was growing up, always. And then when I had my daughter, she wasn't a real big fan of the pumpkin guts. Like, she just didn't like touching them or dealing with them at all. So I thought, well, let's start painting pumpkins. So my son would carve his, go bonkers carving his, but my daughter, she would just paint hers. So I like to do both. I like to carve and paint pumpkins. We do have people commonly where I live that smash pumpkins that are outside, which pisses me off. I can't stand it when people do that. So I don't know. I have not really done anything with pumpkins for a while, just because I don't want them smashed on my porch or out in the grass or out in the street in front of my house. I don't understand that concept. Like, why would you smash people's pumpkins on Halloween or around Halloween? So dumb to me. Like, find something better to do with your time. Okay, so now I'm going to go into poor but sexy. Put that here. Okay, number 6, haunted house, haunted food ride, or haunted corn maze. We don't have haunted food rides here. I don't know what that is. We used to have a haunted corn maze that my kids used to go through, and they would tell me about it. I'm like, nope. They would have people with like chainsaws without the chain on them, like chase you through, and no, there a lot of stuff that was going on in that corn maze. I was like, what? Like, no, thank you. That is no longer active because it just got to be too much, you know? It just was too much. So I guess in this scenario, I'm going to have to say haunted house. I don't know. Like I said, I love scary movies, but I don't like to be scared in real life. Ugh. Number 7, go apple picking or go on a hayride. Apple, well, I like hay rides, but I really love to go apple picking. That is so fun. And we have a few orchards here actually that you can go and pick apples in the fall. And my husband and I are going to have to go do that. Abso-freaking-lutely, because we love it. It's so fun to do apple picking. And we, you know, you can go on a hay ride there too. But we typically don't do that there. We just pick apples. It's so fun. Number 8, fairy lights or candles. I don't really care. Either one is fine with me. I like candles, I like fairy lights. My really close friend, her name is Catherine. She might still have fairy lights in her backyard, but she doesn't live in the state in Oregon anymore, and I haven't been in her backyard where she lives. But she used to have these fairy lights in her backyard. God, I love that. And quite commonly during the fall, I would go over and hang out with her, and we'd sit out on her back porch and have coffee or, you know, an adult beverage when I used to drink, and sit out under the fairy lights. It was really nice. So I'm going to go back into Love Parade, that darker shade, and just kind of blend those together a little bit better. Number 9, pumpkin spice lattes or mulled apple cider. Pumpkin spice lattes. My husband is the apple cider fan. I like it too, but I just prefer pumpkin spice latte. God, I need to get one of those pretty soon. That sounds so freaking good. Maybe I'll do that on my way to work today. I don't know, you never know. I might, if I can get out of here in enough time. You don't know. That looks really cool. I like that. I love how those two are missioned together. So I'm just going to clean this brush off, and I'm going to go into Helden, I think. Yeah. Number 10. The stench of rotting leaves or pumpkin guts. Oh, wow. Those both sound so appealing. I guess I can handle the smell of pumpkin guts maybe a little bit better than rotting leaves. Rotting leaves can get real nasty, real gross. I mean, yeah, not fun. And we have, like, out in our street, there's a lot of times where, I don't know, the leaves just sit out in the street forever, and it stinks. So, pumpkin guts, I feel like, you know, just toss them in the trash and get rid of them. But rotting leaves sometimes can take a hot minute for that smell to go away. Number 11, falling rain or a crackling fireplace. Ooh, I don't think I can pick. Both of those together is wonderful. I love it when it's raining outside and you have a fire going. That's the best. So yeah, I don't know that I can pick. I'm gonna go back around just a little bit with the Oranenstraba and just kind of take the edge of the shimmers, just make them look a little nicer, if I can. Number 12, Halloween or Thanksgiving. That's tough. Halloween or Thanksgiving? Probably Halloween. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Halloween. Love Halloween. Number 13, wool or knit sweaters. I would say knit sweaters. Wool, I don't love wool sweaters because they itch. And I have to wear something underneath mine because my skin just goes, hey, no. And then I'm really, really hot. And I typically end up taking the wool sweater off anyway. So I would say knit sweater. Love my knit sweaters, but wool, not so much. Number 14, sweet or salty pumpkin seeds. Sweet or salty pumpkin seeds. I like both. I really do. I like both. I've had both sweet and salty. I'm going to go back in with Poor But Sexy with my finger and just kind of mush these two shades together a little bit better right there. So I don't know. It doesn't really matter to me. I'm going to go back in with Love Parade. So, yeah, I mean, I'm just horrible sometimes about answering these questions. Both. And then the last question is apple pie or pumpkin pie? Apple pie. I don't like pumpkin pie. I used to love it as a kid, but now, yuck. It's got this consistency of like snot to me. I know that's gross. It is really gross. But I just can't do pumpkin pie anymore. I love apple pie, especially Dutch apple pie. And I will definitely be getting myself a Dutch apple pie soon and just going to town. I may not even share it. I love how this look turned. I think it definitely looks like a fall leaf to me for sure. I do have a ton of fallout. So I'm gonna go clean this up, do my other eye, my face, my finishing touches, dry my hair. I'll come back. So this, of course, is my finished look, and I love how it turned out. I definitely think I got a fall eye look from the Nomad Cosmetics Berlin Underground palette. That was the whole point of this collab video. I will say though that I've seen some changes in the eyeshadow palette since I last used it, which I'll go into more detail about here. I'm going to show you the palette here in just a minute, but let me show you just a couple things I threw on my face for my finished look. On my lips, I used a multi-chrome lip gloss from Beauty Moon Cosmetics. This is in the shade Ms. Scarlet, and I love this. It also has a really lovely sparkle to it. I don't think you can see the multi-chromeness in my camera because you never really can, but this is a lovely gloss. The brand owner threw this and another shade in with my last order, which I thought was really cool, really neat. And really enjoyed putting this on my lips today. I think it's a beautiful color. On my upper lids, I line them with the ZC felt tip liner in kind of a reddish brown. Andy from Andy Does Stuff, she sent this to me she sent me her entire ice cream beauty box a while back. And I kind of forget I have this, but every time I use it, I just love it. It works really well. And I thought, you know, with the eye look today, the reddish brown would work nicely. For my mascara, I use the Maybelline New York Sky High. Can't stop using this. It's great. I got to get a full size tube of this. Okay, now let's talk about the eyeshadow palette. Nomad Berlin Underground. I still cannot believe I didn't pull this into my fall palettes video. Stupid. I gotta let that go. I'm like, why? Should I film it again? No. So I did use this shade right here called Kreuzberg in my inner corners. Beautiful. And then I also put Love Parade Poor But Sexy and Held It on my lower lash lines. And I really do like the look. I can just tell that some of the shades I use today are not as great as they used to be. Like the satiny shades are just not as lustrous as they once were. They're kind of a little dull, kind of chalky, honestly. And this is an older palette. I've had this for years. And I just think, you know, age has caught up with it. I don't think eyeshadow palettes are meant to last forever, but I do always want to hold on to this because it was my favorite palette from Nomad for a very long time. And it's still one of my top 5. It makes me sad because obviously it didn't get the use that it deserved. Of course I didn't use all the shades out of here, so I want to use the rest of these. But I could just tell, not as great of performance out of the palette as I used to get, but I still think this look turned out beautifully. I cannot wait to go and watch Nikki's video, see her look come together, listen to her answers to the questions, if ours are similar or different. I had so much fun collabing with Nikki. I'm so glad that we were able to get our schedules in sync so that we could do this again. I don't want to wait this long again until our next collab. I mentioned this before, but go check out her channel. I'll have it linked in my description box if you haven't yet already. Go and subscribe, show her a ton of love. You're gonna love Nikki. You are going to love Nikki. She is beautiful. She's talented. She's fun. She's vivacious. She's sparkling. She's intelligent. She's all the goods. She's got all the goods, and I absolutely adore her. Thank you guys so much for taking time out of your lives to sit down and watch this video. If you're new here and you enjoyed what you saw, please consider subscribing, smash the like button, and of course, comment down below in the comment section. I love to chat with you guys there. If you've been here before, thank you so much for coming back. I cannot wait to see you guys again in my next video, but in the meantime, please take very good care of yourself, be well, safe, happy, and I will see you soon. Bye.
Drop it.